Hey, Coach, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Check both of those out, and let's head back to the video.
Hey everybody, welcome. Before we jump into the podcast today, I'd like to talk about our two sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish, the number one shooting machine on the market. Mention Coach Unplugged, mention High School Hoops, mention 5 Minute Basketball Coach Pack, mention any of our conglomerate, I guess, and get $450 off your next Dr. Dish, or they will take really good care of you. I promise that. Also, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. If you're looking to become a better basketball coach, you're looking for a mentor, you're looking for one-on-one calls, you're looking for a little bit of everything, that's where teachhoops.com comes into play. And it's got resources, handouts. I mean, we have a course that's just new material. You can go look, can't see it, you can't watch it, can't download stuff, but you can see all the stuff that we've been adding about every week. We had a ton of stuff. So go over and we have handouts and mentoring and you name it. It's the one-stop shop for basketball coaches. Find nothing else on it. And you literally won't find another coach that's actually coaching a team, high school team, running one of these. That's why my voice sounds the way it does. So go over and check that out. All right. So today we're going to talk about kind of adversity a little bit. You know, uh, I'll put down in below, but I'm gonna go through a little story of a little adversity that my team has gone through. Um, that so we were uh, the day after Christmas, we were flying to Florida. We left our town about Madison about 4 a.m. to go to Chicago. Got there about 7 a.m. and for a 10 o'clock flight. Changed gates once. About 20 minutes before the flight, canceled. Okay, so we took a bus down to Midway in Chicago, and at that point, we had no way to get home. I was there with 20 kids, my two assistant coaches, and we're scrambling to figure out what to do. First of all, how to get home, and that pivot of like how to go from A to B. Um, we looked at Ubers, we looked at Amtrak, we looked at Greyhound, we looked at every possibility of trying to get home, um, because we figured, oh, we're not going to Florida. So about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and the boys have been up since 4. About 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I told them, "Hey guys, we're not going." And their faces and their disappointment was like the kid that didn't get what they wanted for Christmas. So we sat down as coaches and we tried to figure out like how could we do this? We're going to get a refund from Southwest, um, and we spent the next 4 hours on the phone finding someone that would find a coach bus for us and um, drive us to Florida. And we knew we had to leave about 7 o'clock. We did. We made it happen. We spent 16 hours on the bus. We ended up in at the tournament an hour and 23 minutes before tip off. Got changed, got all that stuff. Walked into the gym. There was 14 minutes on the clock. I'm not lying. 14 minutes. Only time in my high school coaching career I did not talk to my team before we played. Um, Obviously, we did not. We played a really good Windermere prep team who has Brandon Best's son on it, who's a freshman, very good player, big guy, a couple of other really good players. Anyway, we ended up losing by a lot. Had no gas. We could look at it as why, why that adversity? Well, part of it was I was trying to build a team. I'm trying to build relationships. I'm trying to build a, uh, um, a feeling of cohesiveness as a group. Um, and we lost the next two games in the tournament, very good tournament. Um, but against some high future D1 players. But uh, we we did it for lots of different things. Forces and to be honest with you, wanted to show the boys that adversity is not going to hold us back. That we're going to make things work, and then when we don't defend, we can defend better. Those kind of things. So that was the first thing I wanted to show them. I can tell you, like I can tell you how we built relationships, and spending time together and away from their families and just together is an important thing. We before we went on the trip, we asked them to pick their roommates. Who do they want to room with? and they all kind of picked one or two people they wanted to room with. Well, guess what the coaches did? We didn't let them room with any of those people because those are their comfortable people, right? We wanted them to have that growth mindset. We wanted them to be uncomfortable a little bit. So we put them with someone counter to that. So they would get to know some of their teammates, maybe that they didn't know in that same way. It'd have been easy to put them with someone that they were comfortable with. We didn't want to do that. So us as coaches have to put them in places of adversity. In practice, in pregame, in all those kind of things, so that when they get to the hard things, when they get to when the ball is not falling in, um, how are they going to deal with those specific adverse things? So I think it was a wonderful life lesson. I think it was something that um, taught our boys a lot about life, about pivoting, about handling things when they don't always go the way that they want. I can tell you, we had a tough loss last night. It's a couple weeks after the tournament, um, and we're gonna face it, and we're gonna learn from it. And we're gonna move forward, and we're gonna tackle the next obstacle in front of us. Um, because we all have to remember that we're coaches, but we're also teachers, and part of our job is to teach them to face that adversity, face those obstacles that might sometimes be standing in front of them. So hopefully this podcast was helpful. Again, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better, and have a great day, everybody. Bye.
Hey, Coach, so happy you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe and like. Go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better.